I've seen a $120,000 rig get stuck in 2 inches of mud late at night because someone skipped one simple step. If I cannot do this one move when I pull in, I don't stay. It only takes a few seconds, but it determines whether you're in control or already committed to a bad situation. When I arrive, I stop short before I park and before I level. I crack the window about 2 inches, keep the engine running, and leave the rig positioned so I could drive away immediately. And then I ask one question that matters more than anything else. Can I get out of here in one clean move without backing up or making corrections? If the answer is no, I leave and find another spot. I learned that the hard way after pulling in too far and committing too early. The rear wheels dropped just enough to lose traction, and it took 2 hours, boards, and another truck to get out. That entire situation came down to one decision made too soon. And if that's ever happened to you, you already know how fast things can go sideways. The moment where you lose control is not when something goes wrong, but right before you commit. The ground can look solid until it suddenly is not. Even a slight slope can shift weight in the wrong direction, and gravel that appears packed can break loose under load. That is why I always walk the site before committing. I use a headlamp instead of a phone so I can clearly see ruts, soft spots, slope, and where water will drain. If a spot needs effort just to make it work, it's already the wrong spot. Every bad night starts with ignoring that moment. Another place where people lose control quickly is power. It's easy to assume a pedestal is fine, but that assumption has destroyed control boards and even started fires. I open the pedestal every single time before plugging in. If I see burned contacts, loose wiring, a cracked housing, I don't use it. After that, I test it and let the EMS read the line before anything gets powered on. If that reading is not clean, I stay on battery and nothing gets turned on. Spending a few extra hours here can prevent thousands of dollars in damage. Another area that gets overlooked is your hands. Cold hands, awkward angles, and forcing something that does not want to connect is how injuries happen. That's how people slip, cut themselves, or end up needing medical care far from help. I've also had situations where I had signal bars on my phone, but could not actually make a call. I once sat for hours waiting for enough signal just to send a single message. If your signal fails when you need it, you're completely on your own. That's why I don't trust bars alone and always test whether I can actually get through. The same idea applies to problems that seem unrelated at first. A tire blowout at highway speed is often the result of a decision made weeks earlier when the tire age was ignored. A roof leak does not begin during the storm, but when maintenance was skipped long before the rain started. Even something as simple as footing can turn into a serious issue. I've seen someone slip off wet RV steps at night because they did not have proper traction, and there was no one around to help. That's what control really means out here. And it's not about convenience. Once everything checks out, then I commit to the site. I always keep the exit clear first so I'm not boxed in. Then I set the brake, place the chocks, and make sure the rig cannot move unexpectedly. After that, I level the rig, extend the slides, and only then move on to the power, water, and sewer. Doing those steps out of order creates problems you don't want to deal with in the dark. You should be able to act immediately because everything was set up correctly from the start. Now picture this situation later in the night. It's 2 a.m. and someone knocks on your door. The door stays locked, the lights come on, and you speak through the door while calling the office or 911 on speaker. If that person is legitimate, they'll wait. If they are not, they'll leave. That's what staying in control looks like in real situations. Even something as simple as cracking the window before stepping out can give you useful information. You can hear whether the ground is solid, soft, wet, or shifting before you ever put weight on it. That small detail tells you things your eyes might miss. All of this comes down to one idea. You stay in control before you commit, not after. It only takes 90 seconds to go through these checks, and that short amount of time can determine whether your night stays simple or turns into something you have to deal with. So, what is the one move you rely on before you commit to a site? Drop it below. And if this video made you think differently about how you pull in, please subscribe. And if you want more real video tips on RV life, seniors RV safety, and practical ways to stay in control out here, watch some of my videos over here. See you down the road. Safe travels.